Hey guys, so here's another model of mine. This is based off of a rest facility or a care facility in southern Utah. It's a really rural and old facility, but I really liked the architecture when my grandmother was put up there for a while. So I saw these windows on a model by a guy on the 3D warehouse, and I said, those would be perfect, and it inspired me to go ahead and build this. So I'm sorry for the kind of the lag in the model and the textures disappearing, but it is a pretty large polygon model, so it bogs down pretty quick on this computer. Eventually I do plan to upgrade the computer and it should be able to run this model no problem. But that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So this is the main front entrance. It would have a hip-high front fencing and everything just to keep people in, because sometimes, people in these care facilities, they don't have all their faculties about them, so they may be prone to wandering off. So this is kind of a front entrance here. You got a nice big patio for people to sit out under, and then the front entrance here. These stairs go up to like the nurse's station. Well, not really a nurse's station, but offices, the pharmacy, and everything up there, where they keep stuff that some of the folks could get into and cause harm to themselves. So interior, it's pretty basic. This would be built probably in the 1950s, I think, is where the architecture is pretty much coming from. So it's got pretty much all the walls are brick, which means it'd be pretty cold, or it'd keep nice in the summer, but in the winter it'd be pretty chilly in here. So this is just kind of a vestibule area for people to visit their loved ones at. And then this enters out into the main hallway and atrium here. Due to the lag problems that it was already having, I didn't completely finish the model. I would have liked to, but again, with the lag, it was just bothering me, so I stopped when I was ahead. So this is kind of a big sitting room area. You'd have a TV in here and a lot of recliners and stuff for people to sit on, some couches and whatnot. So it's just kind of a big meeting area and just kind of a sitting room. And then over here is the cafeteria. So you'd have some tables and stuff in here, and then people would get their medicine there. And then there'd be a door over here that I didn't put in, so they could bring you your meals. Some people have dietary restrictions and whatnot, and then this opens up into the side yard over here. So your nurse's station and everything is right here at this window. You'd come up here to get assistance and whatnot, and then your kitchen and stuff would be back in here. And then out the back door here, we just have nurse parking and parking for the people who work here. And we have a really old ambulance because, sometimes you need a little more help than you can provide these people at a rest home, and they might need to go to the hospital. So got the ambulance out back. Down this wing, there's two wings. They're pretty much exactly the same, except this one, in one of the rooms, I put in some hospital beds and stuff. I guess not this one. It should be the next one over. There we go. So I furnished this room. This is what all the rooms should look like, but again, due to the lag, I was not going to finish it. So you got a radiator on each side for heat in the winter, and you've got your hospital beds. You'd have two people to most rooms. Really, these should be single rooms, but as we all know, the funding for a lot of these kind of facilities is pretty low, and you really wouldn't have, in most cases, you'd have to have a roommate, and then you have your own private bath for the two people in the room, and then the door out into the main hallway. Architecture-wise, like I said, it's pretty much a 1950s place. It's got your two wings, main atrium, and facilities here, and then up here there should be stairs going down to the back kitchen and facility there, and this would just pretty much be storage and offices. Nobody would be supposed to be going up there or anything, unless you were like a nurse or something. So that's pretty much the model. It's pretty small, pretty simple. You've got doors going out everywhere, nice little patios, so you could sit out here on a chair, and watch the sunset or whatnot before retiring for the evening. And so it's really just a little care facility that I built. It's a hospice and assisted living. So this is kind of for the people that, maybe they can't go live with their families while they're sick and dying. So this is kind of the place that they'd end up. It's not one of the newer places. Like I said, a lot of areas funding is low on this, or overcrowding is a big problem. So sometimes with private industry, this is the kind of stuff that your county would have to run, and the private industry places are possibly sometimes too expensive for some people's insurance, so this is where they'd end up. But it has got a nice little cheery atmosphere to it. It's not too terrible. And, you know, I really was just really impressed with the architecture of the place that my grandma was at, so I decided to model it. And it's not an exact representation of anywhere, it's just kind of my idea of a 1950s rest home, which, again, back in the 50s, this thing would have been the bomb. I mean, it was brand new. It's got all these nice rooms. I think there's 12. Yeah, there's 24 rooms. If you doubled up people in there, you'd have enough for 48 people getting taken care of, 48 patients, I guess, in the total building. So not too bad. Like I said, it's just a quick little model that I did, and it's pretty simple. I didn't finish it just due to the amount of polygons it already had and was really starting to bog down. So thanks for watching.